welcome to Mindfulness Lists. Chapter 15 of the Untethered Soul is titled The Path of Unconditional Happiness. If you know how to live daily life, it all becomes a liberating experience. To begin with, you have to realize that you have only one choice in this life. Do you want to be happy, or do you not want to be happy? Once you make that choice, your path through life becomes totally clear. Most people don't dare give themselves that choice because they think it's not under their control. What the question really means is, do you want to be happy from this point forward for the rest of your life, regardless of what happens? Now, if you say yes, it might happen that your wife leaves you, or your husband dies, or the stock market crashes, or your car breaks down on an open highway at night. When you answer yes to that simple question, you must really mean it. Any condition that you create will limit your happiness. You simply aren't going to be able to control things and keep them the way you want them. You have to give an unconditional answer. This is truly a direct and sure path to awakening as could possibly exist. Once you decide you want to be unconditionally happy, something inevitably will happen that challenges you. I didn't think I'd miss my flight. I didn't think Sally would show up to the party wearing the same dress that I had on. I didn't think that somebody would dent my brand new car an hour after I got it. Are you really willing to break your vow of happiness because these events took place? Things are going to happen. The real question is whether you want to be happy regardless of what happens. This path leads you to absolute transcendence because any part of your being that would add a condition to your commitment to happiness has to go. You gain nothing by being bothered by life's events. It doesn't change the world. You just suffer. There's always going to be something that could bother you if you let it. If they starve you and put you in solitary confinement, just have fun being like Gandhi. No matter what happens, just enjoy the life that comes to you. As difficult as that sounds, what's the benefit of not doing it? If you're totally innocent and they lock you up, you might as well have fun. The key to staying happy is really very simple. If you look inside, you'll see that when you're happy, your heart feels open and the energy rushes up inside of you. When you aren't happy, the heart feels closed and no energy comes up inside. So to stay happy, just don't close your heart, no matter what happens. Even if your wife leaves you or if your husband dies, you don't close. If you learn to stay open at all times, great things will happen to you. The key is to learn to keep your mind disciplined enough so that it doesn't trick you into thinking that things are worth closing over. Your mind will tell you that it's not reasonable to stay open when these things happen. But you have limited time left in your life, and what's really not reasonable is not to enjoy life. If you have trouble remembering that, then meditate. Meditation strengthens your center of consciousness so that you're always aware enough not to allow your heart to close. Unconditional happiness is a very high path and a very high technique because it solves everything. When you accept yourself, others, and the world as it is, you'll have no problems.
Eventually, time is an angel or devil, best friend or worst enemy.